disappointment, frustration, anger, sadness are negative emotions, which may result from the occurrence of negative thoughts in one's mind. These negative emotions, if prolonged, may cause anxiety, withdrawal, sadness, depression, feelings of despair, hopelessness and helplessness leading towards mental illness. Negative thoughts acts like spiral, feeling trapped in the same harmful thoughts, over and over again, causing stress, anxiety and depression. It is important to learn about negative thoughts and emotions. Negative thought refers to a thought that makes you upset. Thoughts can trigger feelings of anxiety, anger, sadness, frustration, guilt, embarrassment, irritation, jealousy, or fear. One such negative thought pattern is thinking through extremes, as if everything is black and white. Everything you do is either only good or only bad. Believing that you are perfect after one success is one thing. Believing you are a complete and utter failure is another entirely. Though both can be harmful. One specific type of negative thought pattern is loop thinking, or feeling trapped in the same harmful thoughts over and over again. Spiraling is another term for a time when negative thoughts overcome you. And it's no coincidence that spiral and loop thinking call the same sorts of images to mind. Letting yourself slip into a vicious cycle of negative thinking is easy, but getting back out again can seem impossible. It is a vicious circle in which you can get trapped in. The sadder you feel, the more negative thoughts arise. These thoughts become more and more credible, which in turn reinforces the sadness. Negative thinking can gradually become a habit. This is often the case with habits of which you don't actually realize that you have them. This can make it seem as if a certain event leads directly to a negative mood, while there is actually a mediator: your thoughts. These thoughts are also called negative automatic thoughts, because of their negative consequences. You spend too much time dwelling on negative emotions and the situations that might have caused them. You could go into a spiral of rumination. Rumination is the tendency to keep thinking, replaying, or obsessing over negative emotional situations and experiences. This spiral of negative thinking, you can end up feeling worse and worse about the situation and yourself, the result of which could be a number of detrimental effects to your mental and physical well-being. Such thoughts trigger feelings of anxiety, anger, sadness, frustration, guilt, embarrassment, irritation, jealousy, or fear. Staying stuck on negative emotions can increase our body's production of our stress hormone, cortisol, which in turn depletes our cognitive ability to problem solve proactively, and can also damage our immune defenses, making us more susceptible to other illness. Dealing with negative thoughts, breaking the vicious circle with cognitive therapy. Investigate which thoughts are influencing or worsening your depressed moods, based on a situation that you experienced prior to your depression. Take note of these thoughts, and decide if they are realistic and correct. You will then begin to challenge these thoughts, and try to look at the event from a different perspective. This can in turn affect your mood. Lastly, attention is paid to the core beliefs that underlie the automatic negative thoughts. These core beliefs and schemas are examined and adjusted as needed. It's important to deal with negative feelings, but try to focus on the positive things in your life, too. You may want to use a journal to keep track of things that make you feel happy or peaceful. Some research has shown that having a positive outlook can improve your quality of life and give your health a boost. Avoid toxic people. If we're constantly hanging out with grumpy, discouraging, angry people, we will eventually become like them. It's difficult to be in control of our emotions when we spend a lot of time with people who push our buttons in the wrong way. Practice gratitude. Even when you are experiencing a challenging time in your life, you can usually find things to be grateful for. Keeping a gratitude journal and writing a few things in it every day. It's okay to let your loved ones know when something is bothering you. However, keep in mind that your family and friends may not always be able to help you deal with your feelings appropriately. At these times, ask someone outside the situation for help. Try asking your family doctor, a counselor, or a religious advisor for advice and support to help you improve your emotional health. Research has consistently linked the habitual tendency to accept one's mental experiences with greater psychological health. While we can use the label negative with what we know about emotions and thoughts, it's important to acknowledge that all emotions are completely normal to experience. What is more important is understanding when and why negative emotions might arise, and developing positive behaviors to address them. Positive thinking makes your life beautiful. Love your life, enjoy your life. Thank you. Stay tuned for upcoming videos.